Hello everyone, welcome to Urbanscape Bangalore, and in this episode we will be looking at propagating one of the most common tropical foliage plants grown in every household, the garden croton. This is primarily grown for its shade-loving properties, and at the same time it also adds color to an otherwise dull and predominantly green shade garden. This is a native of Malaysia, Australia, Indonesia, etc. It grows extensively in forests under canopies of large trees. We should not confuse this plant with the croton, which is another variety of plant in the same family but completely different in appearance from this. This is called the garden croton or the variegated croton. So a while back I had used this plant in an arrangement, and you can find the video link above or in the description box. So this is how it looks now, all lush and full, happily living along with its companions, the alternanthera, the royo and the sweet potato vine. So let's get to the topic at hand, that is the propagation of this plant. For this, you can take a cutting at the lower part of this plant. Make sure the secateurs are sterilized with isopropyl alcohol to avoid spreading of diseases. Now, after you have taken a cutting, remove most of the lower leaves and you can leave 3 or 4 leaves intact. Further, to avoid loss of water through transpiration, you can reduce the surface area of the leaves by cutting it into half like this. Now add the cutting into a container filled with either well-draining soil with some sand and compost or any other potting medium. If you just have garden soil, that will also do, because this plant is not a very fussy plant. But adding well-draining mix like sand will always help any plant for that matter. Now place the plant on the edge of the container like this. Doing this also helps with avoiding water loss. Any propagation you do in soil, this method can be followed. Keep it in a shaded area and water every day. Propagation can be done from Jan till August. Avoid propagating during winter months. After a month and a half, you will find new leaves on the plant, and if you remove the plant from the soil and see, you will notice white, thick roots like this. This is one of the most easiest plants to grow from cuttings with a very high success rate. Now to replant this into another container, you need a container that is bigger than the previous one. Add drainage materials at the bottom. For the potting mix, I will be using 30% sand, 30% compost and 40% soil or cocoa peat. Extra amount of soil or cocoa peat is necessary for water retention. Now add the plant and backfill and add water immediately. Now to fertilize the plant, use 2 or 3 drops of seaweed solution which is rich in nitrogen in 1 or 2 liters of water and add it into the soil. Keep this in a shaded location where it would receive the morning sunlight. Make sure you provide this ample protection from the afternoon harsh sunlight. A lot of you try growing this indoors, but you might have noticed that the plant may not survive for long. That is because this prefers an area where it gets a lot of air circulation, bright indirect sunlight. So a balcony facing the east, west or south will be the most ideal place to grow this warmth-loving tropical plant. But if you are hell-bent on growing this indoors, you can grow this near an open window facing a brighter south or west location. It is a very thirsty plant, so watering must be consistent, but if the soil becomes too wet, and especially if it is grown indoors, then you might get mealybugs, which are one of the most common pests found on the garden croton. To get rid of mealybugs, you can use neem oil pesticide, which comprises of cooking soda, neem oil and dishwash soap. Add half a liter of the solution in a spraying can like this, and then add 3 or 2 liters of water. Shake the sprayer and pump it up to induce vacuum. So you would have seen this small nozzle on the side here. This is to remove extra air out of the sprayer. Now apply this concoction on the affected area thrice every week during the evening times until you see a drastic reduction in their numbers. After that, you can reduce spraying it to once a week till you see no signs of these horrible pests. I know a lot of you must be eagerly waiting to see a new video on my organic pesticide routine, but I will someday upload that for you. It is very difficult to catch up with YouTube when you're working as well. Fertilizing the plant with a nitrogen-rich fertilizer or simply even compost can help it ward off pests and grow these trance-inducing colorful leaves that can give tough competition to a lot of flowering plants with its myriad colors and shapes. So in short, this plant likes indirect sunlight, consistent watering, and frequent fertilizing to flourish and grow. With this, we have come to the end of yet another episode of Urbanscape Bangalore, and if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are given below. Thank you for watching Urbanscape Bangalore, and until we meet again, goodbye.